Alright, I thought I'd make a video on this, and I'm sure this is probably not going to get as many views as the older radio videos I normally put out, but this is electronics related nonetheless. So I ordered this radio, or won it on eBay, and well, I don't know if you notice anything wrong. That this volume knob is broke off, or the potentiometer shaft is snapped in two. So the story is behind this is, I ordered it and came in the mail, and this is how it came, with this in the bottom of the box. And yeah, I know Radio TV Phone Up puts out these videos about ranting about people packing stuff properly, and I couldn't agree more. But this here is the box that they shipped it in, and this is the radio, only slightly bigger than the radio, and that's why it came damaged. Even with all that paper, this radio was in the middle of that paper. Even with all that paper, it still didn't protect it. So, put that out of the way. So I contacted the seller and told them the story and sent them pictures of it and everything. And so they, I said, well, we'll be happy to help you and resolve this issue. And you can send it back and we'll give you a refund, or if you're able to, they wanted to know if it was working, and I told them it was, but I just couldn't adjust the volume on this side here because it's got two volume controls for both of the VFOs. But anyway, this is the Yaesu FT8900R. It's a quad band radio. It's 10 meter, 6 meter, 2 meter, and 70 centimeters. And anyway, ended up with this and got this problem with the volume pot on it. And so I told her, I said, well, I'll give Yaesu an email. I'll send them an email or call them and find out how much a replacement will be. So we got the price of the part and shipping, and so we and I settled up for a little bit of putting it in too. So anyway, here it is. I'm gonna try to do this without tearing anything up. I've taken this apart before to see what kind of a job it was going to be before I decided to even try it, because I don't want to try to do something that I'm not able to do. A lot of these components in these newer electronics are quite small. So anyway, this is obviously is our replacement here, and so we're gonna try to put this volume pot in here, and without tearing anything up, and hopefully it'll work after we get done. So that's the story on it. Improperly packed radio, and broken when it got here. Everything else seems to work fine, and I just decided that I'd rather fix it than send it back and have to search for another one and wonder if that one's going to work correctly, or who knows, end up with the same problem all over again. So I just decided it'd probably be better just to have the seller refund me the amount that it was going to cost me out of pocket to do this. So anyway, let's get started on it. First thing we're going to need to do is take this faceplate off, and it's going to be hard to do this with one hand, but this face has got to come off, and there's a trigger over there on the side to release it. So it just slides to this side here, over this way, and comes right off, and then you've got your telephone, like I think that's an RG45. You'll just unplug it like you do a telephone out of the wall, or an old wired phone, and there's your faceplate. And this isn't really going to be needed until we get it put in. So, and on the back there's 4 screws, that'll need to come out, and then also you're going to need to take all of your knobs off, and you're going to have a little bitty nut like that, spanner type nut, that's real popular on this type of application, behind each of the lower volume knobs, or the lower volume knobs. And then these controls here are don't have any thing fastening them to this front faceplate. Alright, with our 4 screws removed on the back, and the knobs and all the aforementioned items removed, this back cover will come off, and there's a ribbon cable there. It just came off itself, but you normally need to pull that little plastic piece up and it'll come right out. And so then you're basically just going to push your board and push down on this, and it'll come out like that. Don't know if these come out, but I would try to keep this upright like this so those buttons don't fall out and you don't lose them. So now we are into where we can get to our volume potentiometer, which is here. And this comes the hard part here. Basically, I got to get this desoldered. I've got plenty of soldering skills, but you know, I'm gonna probably do this under my magnifier, which is the light that's shining down from above in this video, and just carefully desolder all this and swap it out. Well, that looks kind of far away in the camera shot. You look through a magnifying glass, it really doesn't seem to help, but see if that'll focus in. You got those 8 pins there that I had to desolder, and looks like I got them. So hopefully, with the help of this vacuum pump and the solder wick over there, hopefully it'll come out. Let's give it a shot. And that was a nice clean desolder there. I got that off without a problem. So we'll go ahead and solder in our new part. Alright, well, probably looks a lot more blobby on camera than it actually really is, but yeah, the joints aren't quite as robust as the other ones because the legs are shorter. These old legs are a lot taller than these. Oh, there went that one. These are probably, you know, a quarter length shorter than the other ones were, but I was able to get it soldered in, so hopefully she works. Alright, again, all back in, and so just, you know, basically the assembly is going to be the reverse of removal, so we'll put it back together here. Alright, so we got it installed and it all put back together, so let's see if it works. Got power, that's a good thing. Squelch and volume works. And our momentary works by pushing in. You get menu options there. So it looks like all the controls are working. So just a little quick short video on shipping woes and being able to resolve them and getting this radio put back on the air, or at least making it a lot more usable on the air. So appreciate y'all watching, and now I can at least enjoy this radio. So